Well, I am out on my inaugural trip with my brand new Bell Magic Solo. Well, new to me. I picked it up from a guy in Asheville. He was selling it. Real nice guy. I ended up talking to him for a couple hours and bonding over different canoe trips and stuff. So he had just gotten a nicer boat that he wanted more, that was more set up for rivers, because that's pretty much all there is around there. So he sold to me this one for a pretty good price and couldn't say no. Liking it so far. It's the Kevlar, so I'm trying to get used to how it rides and everything, but so far no complaints. Brought a couple extra canoe paddles because I like to have a canoe paddle for in tight with a canoe, but for getting places it's nice to have the kayak paddle. My partner out in my native Ultimate, she's distracted by turtles right now, so I got a little bit of time here. So far this thing is like a dream. I had a seat with a 2-inch riser in here that I took out. The guy I bought it from gave me this padding he was using to sit on with a nice little seat, and I think I like that a little bit better. I might order the 4-inch drops just to see how that goes, but if I did that I would be very hard pressed to get my legs under to do a knee paddle, so kind of gonna probably try to avoid that if at all possible. This isn't always, but you can hit it at the right time of the year. There is usually a bunch of fish back here. Looks like there's some carp right now. Ton of commotion on the top of the water right now. Oh yeah. Oh my God. Alright, so I got one good one so far. I mean, would you provide him a drawing, or what would he do?
No, he would, like I was talking about.
Oh!
Is it big?
Yes. Go ahead. Well, so far I've gotten one on a swim jig and the best one on a finesse jerkbait. There we go, whole chunk. Pretty good. Okay. Do you want the keys?
What?
Do you want the keys?
No, I'm slower than you.
Well, I'm gonna be sitting here for probably another 10 minutes, so. Okay. Oh, yeah. There we go. Pretty good. So far it's a great solo boat though. Definitely a lake boat. It does not like to turn if it doesn't have to. There we go. So stable catching fish though. It's got a little bit of this rocker because it's a little bit wider than it looks to this railing, but it is super stable. Been great to fish out of so far. Ow. Well, so far initial impressions, really impressed with the boat. It tracks super straight. Need to figure out the steering a little bit better, I think, but overall not too bad. That was a pretty good sized fish right there. Probably a carp, but definitely need to get a little bit better control of it. But overall, I'm very happy with it. The seat was definitely too high for me at the 2-inch range, so I'm probably gonna have to stick with this pad if I want to sit down to paddle or kneel down to paddle at all. It's pretty quick though. My native Ultimate isn't super fast, but I can paddle that pretty easily at like 3.5, 4 miles an hour, more miles an hour, and I mean, fastest I've ever gone, and it was probably 5. And I bet I could get this thing going maybe 6 or 7 with a good kayak paddle. If we get a little more rain, I'm probably could be coming back here. Honestly, it'd be a little bit brighter, but these little rain clouds came in and making it seem a lot darker than it actually is. Another nice thing about this boat is that it rides so shallow. I didn't really have any problem getting over here. With my kayak, I usually would be dragging a little bit, but this thing just kind of moves right across the top of the water. Real easy. I'm gonna paddle back with the canoe paddle just to see how it feels. But this boat is so light. I mean, even my biggest complaint was the steering, like just the ease of portaging and everything that's going to come from this boat is more than worth it. Bigger paddle I brought is almost just too long, I would think. I believe this is a 5 foot. I honestly wouldn't even, I mean, it might be a little bit too short, but I'd be curious how a 4.5 foot paddle felt with this. I think I need to bring that foot mount back just a little bit. Yeah, I can definitely paddle faster with the kayak paddle, but honestly, I'm getting a pretty good pace with the canoe paddle. I'm also not the most efficient solo paddler either, so I'm sure some people will be watching and saying like, you're not doing that right at all, which is definitely not wrong. But yeah, I can get moving. It's quiet. Definitely stable to fish out of and plenty of room. I'm sure it'd get a little more crowded with backpacks and everything in here, but for the most part, it's been great. I would like to do a solo trip with this fairly soon just to see how it'd do. But yeah, initial impressions, good boat, quiet, stable, light, which is the most important thing I was looking for. I got other boats specifically for fishing that are a bit better for it, but this thing on a true trip would be money. And I'll switch to the kayak paddle just to show you how fast you can get this thing moving. Another nice thing is I could fit my kayak paddle right here, right on the side there. This would probably be my general arrangement for a long trip. Both those paddles in front, well, maybe a different one compared to that longer one, but 2 canoe paddles, one is a spare, and then this kayak paddle to get me around the big lake. Yeah, you can get moving so fast in this thing with a kayak paddle. And it feels stable as hell. I mean, it's no issue. Yeah, this is like nothing to paddle this. Compared to my native or my A Royal X solo canoe. Doesn't even feel like it's there, really. Alright, one thing I forgot to do, and I'd be remiss not to, is attempt to paddle this kneeling and see how it does. I'm assuming kneeling, I'm probably going to want a full-size paddle for that, so move this forward. Well, this is something I'm going to have to figure out. How to get in a kneeling position in this boat. Well, maybe I won't be getting into a kneeling position for this. Okay. There we go. That took a little more doing than I wanted, but we'll see how I do. Whew. So this might not be a boat I kneel in.